Welcome to Prime Business with me, Pius Kojobaka. Economist Professor Lord Mensah has impressed on Parliament to immediately resort to the negotiating table and iron out their differences to prevent the potential threat to fresh disbursements as well as spending approvals for next year. His caution comes on the back of the Supreme Court's pronouncement of a stay of execution on Speaker Alban Gbagben's ruling, which declared 4 parliamentary seats vacant. Speaking to Joy Business on the ramification of these developments on Ghana's economic recovery process, Professor Mensah maintained both sides of the divide must compromise to ensure government's business is not affected.
Critical that, first of all, we have that conversation that all the players need to have. Right now, most of us are just firing off on different levels, and we are not having the kind of collaboration because...
I think from where I sit, it depends on, the parliament's posture. I think the parliament represents the people, and they should have the people at heart rather than tapping their shoulders and getting to know, who becomes the majority leader or minority leader. But from where I sit, I'm not a constitution expert, but I can tell you that what is right is right. I mean, what the Constitution says is what we have to go with. And so those who are losing, their seat, to relinquish their majority position in Parliament should be ready to do that. And then those who are taking up the majority position should be, as fast as possible, reconstitute their committees here and there so that we get business running for the country. Because we cannot afford to, get another hold up as a result of, Parliament, composition uncertainty. And, this is part of political risk, which we cannot overlook when it comes to, financial management. So, public financial management. So from where I sit, I think they just have to sit up.
Away from that, Ghana's technology regulations are seeing more shift in the past few years and hoping to catch up with the global trend. This is due to many innovations and support from the private sector towards government digital policies. Programs Director for MEST Africa, Olufemi Odewumi, told Joy Business that more engagements are needed to ensure the full impact of the various innovations. More in this report.
Ghana has seen a shift in digital policies in recent years as many entrepreneurs leverage global trends to make a living. Over the past few years, MEST Africa has partnered with the MasterCard Foundation, and the impact of its engagement with the government is bearing fruit in many sectors of the economy. Speaking to Joy Business after launching the Transformative Technology Research for Ghana as part of its 5-year partnership, Programs Director at MEST, Olufemi Adewumi, observed that Ghana will soon catch up with regulations on technology.
In the education space, we've actually seen a lot of engagement with the government on our EdTech Fellowship program. And the government has been, recently we had, about a month ago, we had an event with CENDLOS, the Center for Open Schooling and Distance Learning for Ghana, which is the arm of the government that handles EdTech in Ghana. We had an event with them together to look at EdTech policy. How does the government roll out the EdTech policy in Ghana? So the regulatory environment is shifting. It's still behind in many cases, but the government is coming to the table. And the MasterCard Foundation actually is very active in helping to get the government engaged to actually begin to shape how things are done when it comes to technology.
Country Director for MasterCard Foundation, Reka Rigwamba, expressed confidence in the partnership. She explained that it has equipped more youth with digital skills, making them economically viable.
And particularly our partnership with MEST over the last almost 4 years has been around enabling work opportunities in the tech space. And organizations like MEST have a lot of expertise and experience in this field, in this area of technology, and so we always look for like-minded organizations and that have the same vision and to enable work opportunities, and then we look at their expertise and digital, as we know, the digital economy and the use of technology, whether it's the current technology or future technologies like AI and others, is an area where there's a lot of work opportunities. So organizations like MEST, through our partnership, enable us to equip young people with the right skills, young entrepreneurs as well, with the right skills to be able to enable them to have income and also to create jobs for other young people.
The event was themed Digital Skills, Venture Acceleration and the Future of Transformative Technologies in Ghana.
The Director General for the Internal Audit Agency, Dr. Eric Odrosai, has warned newly sworn-in chartered accountants to stay away from misreporting financial accounts that could lead to another financial crisis. According to him, accountants play a critical role as many businesses move to revive their operations after the economic crisis. Dr. Sai gave the warning at a short ceremony to confer fellowship on 150 chartered accountants here in Accra. There is more in the following report.
The conferment of fellowship is the highest rank by the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana on members who have passed various exams and exhibited exceptional qualities in the profession. Speaking at the ceremony, guest of honor, Director General of the Internal Audit, Dr. Eric Odrosai, urged chartered accountants to perform their professional duties without compromising the rules of practice. He cautioned the newly sworn-in fellows to be circumspect in their duties as businesses are hoping to recover from economic difficulties.
We are implementing business resuscitation strategies. Please, we all knew what happened during the banking crisis. As we unleash 150 fellow chartered accountants into the system, be guided and avoid falling into the misconduct of not reporting material misstatement in financial reports. Colleagues, as we go into elections, accountants are not only there to audit financial statements or prepare financial statements. My advice is that be apolitical in your professional practice. However, be professional.
Vice President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana, Reverend Dr. Cynthia Sala, said the conferment of a fellowship is an added responsibility to chartered accountants to excel more in their various organizations.
I want to seize this opportunity to heartily congratulate you for this achievement. Though the attainment of fellowship status is a very prestigious achievement, it also places an onerous responsibility on you as professional accountants. Having attained a senior citizenship status, you have an added responsibility to ensure you maintain a higher level of integrity, professional competence, and due care, confidentiality, as well as other tenets that come with our profession.
All the 150 qualified fellows were sworn in by Her Honor Susanna Edufo, Judge of the Circuit Court.
The Chartered Institute of Human Resource Ghana has signed a memorandum of understanding with the University of Ghana as part of measures to bridge the academia-industry gap. The partnership is to foster a relationship between the university and the institute. Here's more.
The MOU between the University of Ghana and the Chartered Institute of Human Resource Ghana will help promote and recognize the Department of Human Resource Management and organizations' contributions to the institute visibility and growth, in particular the involvement of the department in the institute activities. It will further support department faculty members, staff, and students to gain HR practitioner-based knowledge and experiences.
In view of the foregoing, the role of the Chartered Institute of Human Resources Management, Ghana, both as an enabler and a regulator, cannot be overemphasized. While the significance of technology in facilitating HR operations cannot be understated, the fact remains that the future of every organization hinges on its people.
The Chartered Institute of Human Resource Ghana says it is committed to exploring with the University of Ghana the possibility of establishing a human resource chair to conduct cutting-edge research.
As a scholar practitioner, I always wonder why we continue to mix opportunities in our world of theory and practice. We know that theory informs practice. We also know that practice informs theory. Nonetheless, we've made a little effort to leverage the two domains for our mutual benefit.
Provost for the College of Humanities at the University of Ghana, Professor Joseph Yaro, called for a more concerted effort to push the vision.
Now, it's time to acknowledge the subunits of UGBS who are moving things. And you know, I used to be impressed by the accountants. And today, the Human Resource Management Group have proven that you have proven to the rest of us how important organizations, groupings, can assist in the development of student skills and also the development of disciplines.
And to some other stories, at least 10 young innovators have been recognized for their significant contributions in agriculture, agribusiness, and agricultural, technical, vocational education and training in the country. They were rewarded during the second edition of AgroFusion Festival held at Koforidua in the Eastern region. The festival brought together hundreds of young people with a focus on expanding access to markets and creating valuable networking opportunities. There is more in this report.
The 10 finalists were selected across the country for their innovative skills aimed at contributing to the agribusiness sector. They were rewarded at the festival, which was part of the Ghana Grows Program, an initiative of MasterCard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation. 3 outstanding young innovators were awarded for their outstanding work in the sectors of agriculture, agribusiness, and agriculture, technical, vocational education, and training. Executive Director of Springboard Roadshow Foundation, Comfort Okran, disclosed that the awardees were selected from over 800 young innovators across the country after collating their stories.
We're not looking at just the production sector, we're looking at the extended value chain. So then young people across the nation between the ages of 15 to 35 would realize that there's opportunity to actually go through a whole career path in these areas. Additionally, if you are someone who is interested, why shouldn't we be interested in making sure that you are stable, you are in a viable job, you are in a job that you find exciting, and in a job thriving in the agribusiness space or TVET space.
For their prize, the winners received cash prizes ranging between 5,000 to 15,000 Ghana cedis, a citation and a plaque. Aside the cash prizes, the top 3 awardees will tour Kenya, meet compatriots in agribusiness, exchange ideas to help scale up their operations, and inspire other youth to follow their lead. Some of the awardees shared their experience after participating in the AgroFusion Festival.
I run a company called Tekura. Now, this is a family business that transforms waste wood into unique accent pieces such as tables and stools that reflect cultural heritage, which is our Ghanaian identity, as well as craftsmanship. I've been doing this for the past 17 years, and this is a very interesting sector because there's a huge opportunity, particularly for the youth. Statistics shows that it's the second largest employer after agriculture, and we're also using a lot of byproducts or end products from agriculture, and so there are huge opportunities there, but likewise there are challenges. So speaking for myself, I can talk about access to market.
I feel happy and then I feel appreciated. At times, me myself, I allowed this obstacle to become a barrier, but she's always like, you have a vision, it must come to reality. And when it came to reality too, the criticization, to be honest, I didn't take it easy.
Reporting for Joy News, Kofi Sian, Koforidua.
Director of African Coconut Group, Kweku Boateng, has called on business leaders to explore opportunities in the coconut industry, citing its vast potential as a sustainable investment option. Now, speaking to Joy Business ahead of the 2024 edition of the International Coconut Festival Ghana, Mr. Boateng emphasized that investing in coconut production and processing offers numerous benefits, including high returns on investment and job opportunities.
The coconut market is increasing at $18 billion plus. It's an $18 billion plus industry, which increases at 13% per annum. This tells you the immense opportunities in the sector. Coconut is a versatile crop. It is seen in the pharmaceutical industry, the food and beverage industry, the cosmetic industry, name them, biodiesel, eco-friendly crop. So coconut is a zero-waste crop. In the value chain, we're talking about 5 value chains of coconuts: processors, exporters, vendors, farmers, and even nursery operators. This gives wide opportunity for employment. And currently, Ghana is lying 12th in the world and #1 in Africa, with an annual production of 504,000 metric tons. What has attributed to this? Coconut is a versatile crop. Every part of coconut is money. It's a zero-waste crop. Cocoa pit, which serves as a medium for greenhouse agriculture, comes from the coconut husk. This same husk can be turned by adding value to produce mats and mattresses. When it comes to charcoal, the coconut shell, it can be burned to produce charcoal, which is eco-friendly. So it is important for constant advocacy of coconut as a cash crop to increase production so that the various value-added products can work. When we are able to do this, over 1 million people can be employed in the sector, because currently, just at the production level, about 350,000 people, whether direct or indirect jobs, gain a source of livelihood from coconut. We're talking about galamsey in these rural areas. One major crop, which is climate resilience, which could be used to rehabilitate the land and also create alternative form of livelihood for these galamsey devastated areas, is coconut. Is it livelihood restoration? Is it rural empowerment? We're talking about climate change. One crop which has a long lifespan is coconut, because when you plant it can be there for 90 to 100 years. So as a climate change mitigation activity, when you talk about carbon sequestration, one crop that stands tall is coconut. It is an enviable crop such that it touches life. That's why it's called a tree of life. So it is important to showcase this industry to the world. One major way of doing that is the celebration of the International Coconut Festival, where all actors in Ghana and beyond within the coconut space are brought together to showcase innovation and technology, brainstorm and discuss matters of coconuts. It's a way of also inculcating the youth in agribusiness.
Remember, you're still watching Prime Business. Leading real estate company RSS Developer says it is poised to provide quality and affordable homes to patrons. Prospective customers will enjoy a 10% discount on all services. Ahead of the EcoBank Journeys Habitat Fair, Managing Director Felicia Dubiasian tells us what customers should expect at the fair.
Well, the story behind the company is that we are new in the market. Our products are different from what is typically being offered out into the market. When you come and you have a look at our property, you'll see that our spaces that we provide in terms of units are bigger than your typical service offerings that are seen in the market. Your rooms are slightly bigger, your kitchens are fully fitted. In fact, all units are fully fitted. Even the houses that we have are also fully fitted. There are cupboards, ACs, and fully fitted kitchens. Well, we offer a personal home where people buy homes for themselves, and people buy, call them properties for investments, where an investor would buy a whole block of 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom apartments. And so we are offering the average homeowner to own a home, and we're offering investors to also buy properties for investment purposes. Give it to a third party to look after, which is what Meridian Gardens offers. We have shared services, water, cleaning in common areas. Owners will have to clean their own apartments, but the environment is looked after by our facilities management team, which allows an owner to benefit off of those benefits, rather versus where you would be in your own unit or house and you are responsible for all the amenities. But in this case, the facilities management team will assist in looking after your property.
And that's how we part company here on Prime Business. I am Pius Kojo Baka. We have more stories for you on myjoyonline.com/business.